Hey guys, welcome back to week 2 of what I sold on Amazon this past week. My name is Rob and I go by Bluegrass Profits here on YouTube. Here on my channel you will find that I have several different ungating guides that I use personally to get ungated in a lot of these brands that I'm about to show you, the items that sold. Also you'll find retail arbitrage pickups that I went on. Basically I went to the stores, found items on clearance or just a good price, and I bought those to sell on Amazon. And then here in these videos I'm going to show you exactly whether or not they sold and how long they sat on the shelf before they ever sold. So as always, please consider subscribing for more content that I continue to put out. I'm reaching that 400th subscriber, so much appreciated if you can be that 400th, maybe the 500th, or just keep going. It will help me tremendously as I continue to grow this channel. And as always, let me know what you guys want to see. So without wasting any more time, let's just go ahead and get right into the video and see what items I sold this week and whether I made a good purchase or a bad purchase at the time. Alright, so guys, the first one we're getting into is going to be the Godzilla with Fighter Jet. This was a toy that I picked up at Walmart. They were only exclusive to Walmart, so Amazon was never on the listing. You guys will know when you watch the videos up here in this corner from that haul. I picked up quite a few of them, but I'm just going to go ahead and put the most recent purchase date, which was April 23rd. They checked into Amazon FBA on May 9th, and I actually sold 9 of them this week, so I'm not going to really waste my time putting the dates on there. Just know that I sold 9 of these. The cost of these was about $10.90. Varied in the areas I was at just because of the taxes, so maybe a little bit more, a little less, but on average this was the cost that I paid. I sold these for $20.89. My profits with this one, it was about $1.36 each, and since I sold 9 of them, it was actually a total of $12.20. My ROI for this guy was a whopping 12.4%. And the rank on this Godzilla toy was 87,000, so it's still a very good rank in the toy category, but I wanted this inventory gone. There's like, I don't know, 90 sellers on these, so I wanted them gone. But yeah, so this is what I did for that first toy this past week. Next up here we have this Adidas extra small black tank top. This was an item I held on to for a very long time. I actually purchased this item on January 30th. It checked into Amazon FBA on February 9th. This item sold on June 21st. The cost of this item was $18.68, and I sold this tank top for $32.99. From there, I made a profit of $3.89 with an ROI of 20.81%. And the rank for this tank top was 43,000. So one of the main reasons this item took so long to sell was the fact that shortly after I bought it, Amazon actually jumped back on the listing, and they've been selling these for quite some time, and I held my price firm. A lot of sellers actually had this for $20 to $25, but the MSRP tag was listed for $32 or $33, and so I held firm and I decided I would sell it when it sells. But for the price, I really didn't make a good buy just because I paid so much for this tank top, and my profit was very little. So nonetheless, I made 20% on my investment there. Alrighty guys, next up we have my Columbia hat. You guys will notice that in my previous video here, the one that's actually playing currently, this is where I went to Gabe's and I found $350 in profits. That was Gabe's, TJ Maxx, and Ross all together. But here at I think it was TJ Maxx, I found a Columbia hat, and I really wanted to keep it for myself, but I decided that I would sell it. The date purchased on this item was June 11th. When did it check into Amazon FBA? It hasn't. Actually, I should say that it has. but they have yet to receive it. So it's still in the box waiting for Amazon to receive it, but somebody has already bought it. They bought it on June 21st. And so the cost of this hat was $14.99, and I sold it for an even 30. Profits on this hat was $4.30, giving me an ROI of 28% even. And the rank for this hat was 294,000. So, like I said, it was a good buy because the fact that nobody else was selling this hat, but had quite a few reviews. High rank, but yet still sold, and I made $4.30 on this hat. Okay, guys, the next one up here, we're gonna have the infamous fire-breathing dragon, also known as Charizard. I found these Pokemon toys at Walmart and Meijer. I actually got these, they were like a buy one, get one 50% off, so I actually got a better deal on these. You'll find that they are cheaper at Walmart versus Meijer if you're able to find them. But the date purchase for these, I had several of these that I bought on April 30th. They checked into Amazon FBA on May 9th. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a big old 4 for a sold date because I sold 4 of these this past week. With all the buy one get ones, my grand total came out to be $9.79 for the individual Charizards. I sold these guys for $21.99, giving me a profit of $4.10 a piece, which is an ROI of 42%. The rank for these Charizards, it was 85,000 in toys. So not too bad, pretty happy with that pickup as well. Next up here, guys, we have some Under Armour boxer briefs in a size extra large. I purchased these on March 27th. They haven't checked into Amazon on this most recent order. So with that, I actually had these purchased. I sent them to Amazon. They sold. They were returned. And I just kind of wanted to make sure that, they weren't opened. I needed to refold them. So what I did was I had them sent back to me. And come to find out, the person that ordered them didn't even open. They didn't take them out of the poly bag. They didn't do anything. So I've just been holding on to them, waiting for my next order. So these haven't checked in to Amazon yet, but they actually already sold. These sold on June 20th. I paid $18.64 for these items, and I sold them for $40 even, giving me a profit of $10.56 for this item, giving me an ROI of 56.6%. And the rank on these boxer briefs was 2,500, so pretty good rank here. But yeah, so they sold. Once Amazon receives them, they will go right out the door to the customer. Next up here, we have a Under Armour Stadium Green Polo in a size medium. Not exactly sure what stadium they're talking about. Maybe like Seattle Seahawks or the Seattle Sounders. It's like that color green. It's honestly an ugly color, so sorry if you're from Seattle, but that's an ugly green. Date purchased on this polo was going to be April 23rd, therefore checked into Amazon FBA on May 9th, and this sold on June 19th. My cost for this polo was $22.79. I sold this for $55 even, giving me profits of $18.47. That's an ROI of 81%. Sales rank on this polo was 4,200, so pretty good pickup there, pretty happy. Really only spent about 6 weeks to get this item out the door. Alright, so let's talk about some not so good buys. First we have this Under Armour Marine Green boxer briefs. These were in a size small. I'll just put small there. I purchased these items on February 6th and they actually checked into Amazon on February 9th. So these items got to Amazon very, very fast. These actually sold on June 16th, and my cost to buy these items was $12.13. I sold these for a whopping $18, giving me a profit of negative $2.32. That's an ROI of negative 19%. Sales rank on these guys, 1.6 million. Probably why they didn't do very good. However, Amazon was on the listing, not when I bought them, and they just since plummeted ever since. And I don't know why, but it was a bad buy. Thankfully, I only had one pair, so I only lost $2.32. But the important thing with that is I spent 12, I lost 2, therefore I still got $10 back in my pocket, so I can use that $10 to spend elsewhere. So, happy with that. Last up here on what sold this past week for me was the King Kong with Osprey. You guys will notice in this video here, I advise you not to buy this because this item was just straight garbage. At the time I didn't realize it, but I decided all Godzilla toys were good winners. Not the case. So my most recent purchase with this King Kong Osprey was going to be on January 4th. We're going to put 1-4. This order checked into Amazon on April 4th. Kind of held on to some stuff for a little while. Sold date for this guy was going to be, the most recent one was June 17th. Cost for this item was $9.84. I got these before inflation took over and prices started jumping on a lot of toys. I actually sold this guy for $10 even. You'll notice there's only a 16 cents gap. So therefore, I am looking at negative $6.82, which is giving me an ROI of negative 70%. Rank on this guy was actually, it's unavailable. It's probably why this toy doesn't sell, just because nobody can find it, and it really isn't very good. I actually ended up with like 17 of these guys. They have sold this past month for me. So you're looking at negative almost $7 for 17 of them. You're looking at $119 I lost just from these Godzilla toys just because they were kind of garbage. So as always, like I said, heed with caution. If someone suggests not to buy something, it may not be that they don't want you on it. It might just be that because the item does suck. It does suck. So always, do your research and check on everything. So that was the last item that sold this past week. And lastly, to just kind of break down this past week, the averages. The average cost of the items that I bought was $14.72. The average price that it sold for was $28.61. My profits, total profits for the whole entire week, I am looking at $56.68. This is on top of the money I got back from my initial investment. Had we take out that one pair of boxer briefs and we took out the Godzilla toy, it'd be a little bit more, but it is what it is. Average ROI for all the items that sold this week was a nice 19%. Had you take out the Godzilla toy, that would have jumped it to 32%, and then you take out the boxer briefs, it would have jumped a little bit more. So it would have been a better ROI, but still, nonetheless, I made 19% on the money I invested. Pretty good in total. Okay, and as always, just for fun, let's go ahead and talk about profits throughout the entire course of the year. So if I was to continually sell just $56.68, which is what I made this week, you multiply that by 52 weeks in the year, and you are looking at a pathetic $2,947.36. Nonetheless, it is still extra income that I wouldn't be making from sitting at home on my weekends or just a night after work. So it's still a little bit of extra spending money, so pretty good. One thing you guys aren't seeing is the fact that I actually do have some other items selling. They are replens of mine. I sold about 30 of this one item this past week. I make about $2.50 profit on those, so I'm actually looking at an additional 75. So you take 75, 56, you're looking at $131 extra total. So nonetheless, still pretty good. It is the summer slowdown. I don't know whether I should continue to pump more into the business because the economy is slowing down, but as of right now, I haven't really noticed a big decrease in people spending. So it's been good. As always, if you guys liked what you saw, go ahead and please consider subscribing to the channel. I know I mentioned it once already, but I'm really trying to get to 400 subscribers, and it's just going to help me to grow. So as always, I'll see you guys on the next video. So see you then.